The rain poured down like the heavens were grieving that night. On a lonely street outside a small apartment complex, a man stood drenched, holding a little girl who shivered in his arms. Her tiny hands clutched his jacket, her lips trembling from the cold. Inside, behind foggy glass windows, Maya watched them. Something about the sight tugged at her heart the way the man tried to shield the girl, whispering softly to keep her calm even as he had nowhere to go. She hesitated for a moment, biting her lip, then grabbed her umbrella and ran outside. "Hey, come inside," she shouted over the thunder. "You'll both get sick." The man looked startled but grateful. "I'm sorry, a broken bar. We just needed the place to stay until morning. We'll leave as soon as the rain stops." Maya smiled faintly. "Don't worry about it. You and your daughter can stay here tonight." She didn't know in a broken bar that the man she was helping was Ryan Carter, the man who would soon become her boss. Inside her small apartment, Maya handed the little girl, Lily, a towel and an oversized shirt. She made hot soup, trying to ignore the fact that both her guests looked too refined to belong on a rainy street. The man had an air about him, quiet, composed, but powerful. Still, his eyes held exhaustion, and that softened something in her. "I really can't thank you enough," he said after a long silence. "I lost my wallet earlier today, and the hotel wouldn't let me in without ID. Your broken bar incredibly kind." "It's nothing," Maya replied, stirring the soup. "No one deserves to be out there in that weather, especially not a child." When Lily finished her meal, she fell asleep almost instantly on the couch. Ryan draped a blanket over her and looked around Maya's modest home. Small, tidy, full of warmth. He felt a strange sense of peace he hadn't known in years. The next morning, Maya woke early to make breakfast, but the couch was empty. For a moment, she felt a pang of sadness as she hadn't even learned his last name. Then she noticed something on the table, a small note. "Thank you for your kindness. You reminded me there's still good in this world. I hope our paths cross again." She smiled softly, not knowing that their paths would indeed cross sooner than she ever imagined. A week later, the office was buzzing with excitement. "The new CEO is arriving today," whispered her coworker, Sarah. "Apparently he's young, rich, and ridiculously good-looking." Maya laughed. "As long as he's kind and not another arrogant businessman, I'll be happy." But when the elevator doors opened and Ryan Carter stepped out in a crisp suit, Maya's laughter froze in her throat. He looked different, confident, authoritative, but those eyes were unmistakable, the same eyes that had watched over his daughter in the rain. Ryan stopped mid-step when he saw her. Recognition flickered across his face, followed by the faintest smile. "Miss a broken bar, Maya, wasn't it?" he said, his voice deep and steady. "We meet again." Her heart skipped a beat. Rumors spread quickly. Some said the CEO seemed unusually fond of the quiet assistant from marketing. Others noticed how his gaze lingered when she spoke, or how he always asked her opinion during meetings. But Maya kept her distance as she didn't want special treatment. She was hardworking, proud of her independence. One evening, she was staying late at the office, working on a presentation. The lights flickered, and she sighed, rubbing her temples. That's when Ryan appeared at the doorway. "You should go home," he said gently. "You've been here all day." "I need to finish this," she replied without looking up. "I can't afford mistakes." He walked closer, his tone softening. "My day, a broken bar. You helped me when you didn't have to. You opened your home to a stranger. You already proved what kind of person you are. Don't push yourself so hard to prove it again." His words melted the guard around her heart. As weeks passed, their bond deepened. Ryan's daughter, Lily, adored Maya. She would run into her arms every time she visited the office. Maya found herself drawn into their small world, bringing laughter back into Ryan's life after years of loneliness. But not everyone was happy. A senior manager, Olivia, who had long been eyeing the CEO, started spreading rumors claiming Maya was manipulating him for promotion. Soon, whispers filled the halls. Maya tried to ignore them, but when Ryan overheard the gossip, he called a sudden meeting. Standing before the entire team, he said calmly, "I don't tolerate disrespect or false rumors in this company. Miss Maya has earned her place here through dedication and talent, and for the recruiter broken bar she is someone I deeply respect." Maya's eyes filled with tears, not from embarrassment, but from the quiet strength in his defense. That night, as she walked out of the building, Ryan was waiting by his car. "Come on," he said with a faint smile. "Lily insists we have dinner together at his home." Lily ran to her and hugged her tightly. "Maya, Daddy cooked. It's terrible." Ryan chuckled. "It's not that bad." "Yes, it is," Lily giggled, and even Maya laughed, really laughed for the first time in a long while. After dinner, while Lily slept, Ryan finally spoke. "I lost my wife 3 years ago. Since then, I thought I'd never let anyone close again. But you, a broken bar, you brought light back into both our lives." Maya's eyes softened. "You don't owe me anything, Ryan. I didn't help you for a reward." "I know," he said quietly. "That's what makes it different." He reached for her hand. "Maybe broken bar, you can stay. Not just for one night this time." Months later, the once lonely CEO and the humble woman who opened her door to strangers built a new kind of family. Lily would tell everyone proudly, "Maya's my favorite person in the whole world." And whenever the rain poured outside, Maya would look out the window, remembering that one stormy night that changed everything. Sometimes, the greatest blessings come when we open our hearts without expecting anything in return.